Dear colleagues, this is a cataract with small pupil. I have tried a pupil dilating device in this case, but I could not apply it properly and I gave up, and now I am applying the iris hooks. Two hooks have been applied by this time, one at 12:30 o'clock, another one at around 6:30 o'clock, and now this is the third hook which is being applied. This is at around 4 o'clock, and another hook, this is the fourth hook, which is to be applied at around 10 o'clock. This is how it is applied. Just introduce it, hook the margin of the pupil, advance the silicone guard, and it stays there. Now the pupil has taken a diamond shape, and now the incision is at around 11 o'clock. Capsulorhexis is to be done. While I was trying to apply the pupil dilating device, I have injured the anterior capsule at 9 o'clock. There has been a radial cut, so I use a Vanna scissor to go through that incision. I give a cut to the anterior capsule. Now I hold this flap with rotator forceps and I make a capsulorhexis. Now since there is a extension, since the rhexis is not continuous, there is extension at around 9 o'clock or between 8 and 9 o'clock somewhere. I want to give a relaxing incision here at around 1 o'clock, oblique cut, not radial, oblique cut, so that there is less stress, less pressure in the bag, and in the process I can probably avoid posterior extension of the cut, iatrogenic cut that occurred at around 8:45 o'clock. Hydrodissection is done. I aspirate some cortical matter, cortical lens matter with a simple cannula, and I am trying to move the nucleus, make the nucleus free from the epinucleus in the process. I could not do that. So I want to do some more hydrodissection in this case so that I can easily lift the nucleus and come out of the bag. The cataract is very soft and I don't know how it will go. Let us see. HPMC has been injected. Before I go into the eye with the Phaco handpiece, I inject HPMC. This is the chopper. On the left hand, a very small chopper. You should develop your own chopper. Every person needs a chopper of his preference. Now I am in bevel up position with the tip of the Phaco handpiece. And the nuclear fragments are coming off very nicely. I make the bevel down with very low vacuum. I hold the piece, I try to lift it and it comes off like this. And I could get hold of the nucleus and I could emulsify and remove it. The Phaco power in this case was only 40%. Flow rate was 35 and vacuum was 350 mm of mercury. Now in this case I come out and I use a Simcoe cannula to aspirate the cortical matter. So cortical matter is being cleaned, is being removed with the Simcoe cannula. Now I go through the stab incision at 8 o'clock and remove the cortical matter, which is sub-incisional. So in this case, though the rhexis was not continuous, I have been able to do this case. So in this case there were two challenges. Number one, small pupil, and there was a radial cut injury to the anterior capsule at around 8:45 o'clock, and I have made a relaxing incision at around 1 o'clock, about 5 clock hours away. Now I inject viscoelastic substance and I advance the iris hooks so that the iris is not lifted off, and now I inject a hydrophobic acrylic intraocular lens in the capsular bag. Though we cannot call it a bag, enough ream of anterior capsule is there to cover the haptics. And that's it. The main challenge is over. Now before I remove the iris hooks, I want to go behind the IOL and flush the viscoelastic substance from the capsular bag. This helps in controlling intraocular pressure, in controlling rise of intraocular pressure in the postoperative period. Right now I am flushing from in front of the IOL, and now I am releasing the iris hooks little bit. Now I go again with the Simcoe cannula, remove the viscoelastic substance. Now I go behind the IOL and flush the capsular bag. Lot of viscoelastic substance takes shelter in the capsular bag, and we must remove this. We must go behind the IOL and flush the capsular bag. Now it is looking nice, but before removing these hooks, I must inject a little bit of viscoelastic substance in the anterior chamber. Now this is how I remove the hooks. The silicone guard is retracted. The iris hook is advanced to unhook the margin of the pupil. Here it is advanced. Retracting the silicone guard, and it is removed in this way. This is another iris hook. Here it is. The silicone guard is retracted backward. The hook is advanced. Now the hook is placed in such a way that it comes out easily. And now we have managed the case. You just have to remove the viscoelastic substance that I have injected just before removing the iris hooks. So I go again with Simcoe. I gently flush the viscoelastic substance out of the capsular bag and then aspirate. That's it. Now we just have to hydrate the side ports, form the antechamber, and the case gets over. Thank you very much for watching. Hope this video will be helpful in your practice.